Iranian affairs analyst Tohid Asadi joins us now live from Tehran. Thanks so much for coming on the show. So Iran is basing this argument on this very old friendship treaty. What can you tell us about this agreement and how valid is it?
Well, thank you very much. I think as we started to have the hearings of this court as International Court of Justice, there are several questions to be asked. First one, as you referred, is related to the way in which Iran associates its line of argument with the Treaty of 1955. The treaty actually is valid, basically, in terms of legal aspects, because it was signed between the two countries. But the thing is that when it comes to the American side, they're just raising some lines of arguments against it. First of all, they're saying, if you just take a look at the media coverage, you see that it's going to be referred as a little treaty or a small treaty or something trivial of not that much important. But the thing is that when we're talking about legal aspects, a treaty is basically a treaty. So you cannot say it's a small treaty or it's a big treaty. It's a treaty signed between the two countries. Another argument that the American side tries to put forth is that this treaty dates back to the time before 1979 revolution in Iran. Again, it's not a valid argument, just because of the fact that you're just signing treaties, agreements with countries, not with people. So basically, if you see a change in the state, a change in, let's say, political system, you cannot say that the former signed treaties are not going to be valid. So I think Iran has got so many strong evidences that is going to be put forth in the court in order to support this argument. And as for this Treaty of 1955, it refers to some set of, let's say, regulations based upon which the United States and Iran are supposed to facilitate, let's say, the economic ties between the two countries. But as you see, not only throughout this agreement, this treaty, but also throughout a lot of other agreements, we see that the United States is breaching the agreement. So just if you want to take a look at different treaties, including JCPOA, including this Treaty of 1955, you will see that the United States does not oblige to all these commitments that it has throughout within the framework of such, let's say, treaties. So let me tell you one thing. If I can say the Trump administration has been proved to be good at one job, that's just basically breaches of treatments.
Well, I'm sure the International Court of Justice.
Context, if you look at the.
I'm sure the International Court of Justice will make a ruling on that. Just quickly, just to finish up, obviously this is having an impact on Iran's economy. There's a lot of pressure right now. The economy minister has just been thrown out. The US is still warning it will impose sanctions on anyone taking or importing Iranian oil. So in terms of the economy, things could get much worse, couldn't they?
Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of implication of this court, well, basically everyone with a little bit touch of international laws would just guess that the ruling and the sentences of such courts are not, they are technically binding, but when it comes to practice, when it comes on the ground, we will see that countries, a lot of countries, they're not following the rules by such courts. And America is not an example that could be claimed to follow all these rules. Basically, we have seen a lot of examples, even within this ICJ court rulings, in which the United States has not followed. So basically what we are expecting is not practical economic consequences outside this court, but Iranian side strongly believes that this court and the result of this court is going to just put some, at least political pressure, political cost upon the shoulders of the American side. And then as far as the legal aspect, and if Iran wins, and I believe Iran has got a lot of evidence to win the case, if Iran wins, again, it's going to be another indicative of the very fact that the United States works outside the legal system, works outside the international order, and works outside the all the adopted resolutions and regulations by the international community.
Also, I guess Iran has few other options as well.
The United States does not play the game.
Yes, I mean, it has few other options to that end anyway.
Yes.
Thank you for that. That's Tohid Asadi, an Iranian affairs analyst.